All right, here we go. Welcome to the 2026 U.S. Open Bank Pool Championship. This is a good matchup between Evan Lunda and Jonathan PINEGAR. Hennessy in the house. So we're going to get to see some good bank pool action. Should be a good time. Thanks for joining us. Welcome, Marcello. I believe I've got Marcello in the commentary booth with me. Just getting things figured out. I think I can hear you. Welcome, Marcello. Not quite yet. We'll give him a minute to get one. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, finally figured the microphone setting. How are you, Patrick?
I'm doing good. Thanks for joining remotely. So those of you watching at home, Marcello and I are both commentating remotely from our homes for this match that's happening in Las Vegas at GRIFF'S. I'm in Poulsbo, Washington. Marcello, you're in Tacoma, Federal Way, something like that.
I'm in Tacoma. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for joining in. My knowledge of banks is not as high as probably yours is, Marcello, and certainly not the players at the table. But yeah. I thought I'd join in for a little while. I don't play a lot of banks, so I know how to play and I know the rules, but the strategies, as far as the safety play and things like that, I usually get myself in trouble. So I'll be relying on your knowledge a little bit more, Marcello, in this to help me along with the strategies.
I mean, the basic strategy we will play banks is relatively simple. Like if there is a high percentage bank, they play shape for another bank. If it's a lower percentage bank, then they try to play a safe cue ball. But bank is much of a field game. So a player like Lunda, when he's feeling good, he'll go for shots that are not, the textbook thing that you're supposed to be doing. Because it's very much a field game. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't go, So when the banks are going in, players don't mind getting a little bit more aggressive. Yeah. Here, and he had a really nice bank to get started. He'll probably go for a straight back on the 4 ball now. And if he can shorten this with top, or looks like he's looking.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Oh, he likes the one crossing.
He likes the one. He must. He's going 2 rails. He's just trying to lay the cue ball down. Now what he made on the break will spot up, and Lunda is.
So we'll have to kind of keep track on our end. The scoreboard that they're using that we link with Digital Pool does not use the ball count. So it's
yeah, I got pen and paper here.
Oh, thank you.
I figured I had this problem to solve today.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that way we'll just keep the viewers informed as far as the ball count. Right now it's 1-0 Hennessy. And now we go to the safety game. So this is the part of the game where, I tend to struggle a little bit. I think I take too many chances when it's not really necessary, and I give up too many easy one rail banks. And, if I'm playing somebody that's really, good at the strategy side of things, I really struggle, even though, I might be executing better. I struggle with the strategy side of it. So. But
yeah, a little bit like one pocket. That just comes with playing the game. I personally enjoy banks. I think it's a really fun game, and especially around this area because we don't have very many 9-footers. It's a game that works well on the bar table as well. Although it tends to be a lot more aggressive on the bar table than it is on the 9-footer. But it's a pretty close cousin of one pocket. A lot of the same things apply, like playing the score. If a player is ahead in the ball count and they want to put balls out of play, so you typically see them slow rolling them towards the pockets in the corners to try and leave them out of play if they don't go. Hennessy shoots just a little bit short, but see how well he laid the cue ball down on the bottom rail, really keeping Lunda tied up.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were talking about in the beginning. Yeah. If it's a low percentage bank, you play the safety. If it's a high percentage bank, you play for position. And that was low percentage in his mind because he absolutely played that cue ball to the bottom rail. He was only planning on getting one and being
Yeah.
laying up somewhere. So, yeah, interesting strategy.
Yeah, and then this is also Evan Lunda home field, and he's a very strong player, and he's especially a very strong player there in Las Vegas because I believe he's still currently living in Las Vegas, and that's where he plays. So Landa finished runner-up last year, eventually losing to Lee Van Corteza, I believe, in this tournament. So he's not known as a very strong rotational player, but he's definitely a very strong banks and one pocket player. He can beat anybody at his games.
Yeah,
So
you always see his name at the top of the charts in one pocket and banks.
Hennessy tried to twist that between those balls with English, but he was mainly playing the cube. See how he's always trying to lay the cube on the bottom rail. He's actually disappointed that he didn't get all the way to the bottom rail. He kind of left Evan allow the cube there, and I expect Landa to attack the 8-ball here. So if he attacks the 8-ball, he might be able to position for another straight back on the 6 next, or is he attacking?
He's got the 8.
Just a little long, and he left across for Hennessy here. This ball is far enough off the rail where you can twist it towards the pocket just with the center ball, just at a slower speed. That that object ball will gear a lot towards the corner. When the ball is close to the rail, then it's harder to twist it because there is just not enough room for the object ball to start turning.
Yeah, the twisting effect to change the angle.
Yeah, and banks are really a lot about what the object ball is doing when it's hitting the rail. So if it's whether it's turning, whether it's going flat, like sliding or rolling backwards, that changes the rebound angle of the bank. So it's there are two main variables to control, and one of them is the speed of the bank, because that how much you compress the cushions changes the rebound angle, and the other variable is what the object ball is doing when it hits the rail. So it looks like Evan is attacking the straight back on the 6. This time is a little short. So first it was long, now it's short, so he's still adjusting a little bit.
And that's going to, I was going to say, yeah, that looked like that was going to go in and spot up, but I don't, even if it spotted up, it didn't really matter. Wouldn't have sold out anything, but yeah, it's interesting. To me, I do play a lot of one pocket, but I don't play a lot of banks. And so for me, the safety game in one, the strategy game in one pocket is simpler because you're keeping them away from just one hole. But in banks, you have to keep them away from all 6 pockets of any bank on any ball in any pocket, right? So it seems harder for me, the safety part of it, to know where to position it to where they don't have a bank on any ball in any pocket. And there's just so many more opportunities in this game to score points than there is in one pocket.
Yeah, and a point is also worth relatively more than in one pocket because you only need 5 to win the game, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You never see, or almost never see, somebody take an intentional foul playing banks while it happens playing one pocket, just because a ball in banks is considerable. Here, Hennessy just lays down as a rail, but I wouldn't be surprised if Evan attacked anyways here, because he's just...
Was he trying to get him hooked on that corner? I think he might have.
I think, yeah, he might have tried to hide, I believe, the 9-ball. He might have gotten there.
Yeah, the way that he spun it, the way that he spun that cue ball, it was telling me that I think he was trying to get him hooked on that corner, which is a very good shot when you can execute that.
Yeah, I haven't tried to lay a cue ball, I believe, underneath those balls here, but he did leave a straight back on the 3. By bumping the 5 out, he kind of opened up that pocket. So Hennessy will definitely attack here.
Yeah, this is free, right? I mean, there's no risk. Well hit.
Nice shot there from Hennessy. So his ball counter now is 2-0. And I think Hennessy can attack either the 9 or the 9 will go, I believe, past the 2. No, he attacks the 4. It's a little bit hard to tell from this single whether that 9 will go past the 2, but I believe it does for a straight back. And now all the balls are out of play. So because Evan is behind the 1 count, he may want to really think about opening things a little bit up here. Maybe not with this shot, but within the next few innings. He's playing this 2 in the side. So he was mindful not to leave it far enough off the rail to leave a straight back. He might have left one anyways, but Henny's a little bit hampered by the 9. No, not quite.
Oh, this one looks good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And
3-0.
That's 3-0 Hennessy. Hennessy he's playing with a pretty good pace this game. Sometimes, he's not the most popular player to watch because sometimes he can get a little bit overthinking and slow. But today he's playing with a really good pace, which it might be a bad sign for Evan.
I've heard people use the term "the chalker" when they talk about Hennessy because he's notorious sometimes when he's thinking about stuff, and I don't know if it's just like a nervous thing or if it's anything else.
He just has a little bit of a tick where when he's thinking, he's chalking
and then setting the chalk down and then picking the chalk up and chalking again, setting it down, picking it up, chalking again, and there's videos of him out there that are doing it like like 10 times on one shot. And I wonder if it's just something that he does and doesn't really realize that, he's doing that, just like a thinking thing.
Yeah, it's just like,
wow, what a shot that was. The 3-railer on 9 to get.
Great shot by Evan to get. So the score now is 3-1.
Yep, 3-1 in favor of Hennessy. That was a beautiful 3-railer.
I think it's just like, it's just part of his routine. I know people may disagree with it, but basically it's like if I'm thinking, I have the chalk in hand, and if I'm executing the shot, then the chalk is on the table. And that's how he separates those two things, because a lot of players know when we miss shots is because we're thinking when we are executing. There is no separation between the two. And some other players have different routines, and for example, notice Maurice Neuhausen, when he always puts the chalk exactly on a diamond, and he when he started doing that routine, he actually became a much better player, but has nothing to do with the chalk being on the diamond. Has to do with him separating his thinking routine from his executing routine, and this is Hennessy's way to do it. It's not the most fun thing to watch, but that's I believe that's the reason he does it.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. So just to acknowledge the chat here, Justin Smith says he actually likes watching Hennessy play. Very methodical, to say the least. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. GRIFF'S TV says, thank you for coming to commentate the match, Patrick and Marcello. Thank you, GRIFF'S, for getting EvoSports and allowing everybody to have access to this content. And again, thank you for Marcello volunteering your time. Okay.
So I do enjoy watching Banks, and it's a little bit of a niche. Most people prefer to watch rotation. I actually really enjoy watching one pocket and Banks. Happy to jump in and commentate on a couple of matches.
I have to imagine that Lunda wasn't really wanting to pocket that 7 ball that went in, and so because he spotted up now this 3 ball, and that's given kind of a free try for
Hennessy attacked it immediately. Yeah. Hennessy is shooting very comfortable, so Evan has to be really careful about what he gives up in this match. So now the ball count is 4-1. And of course, Hennessy is happy to keeping all those balls tied up and waiting for the 1 ball to drop. well, Evan really needs to put things in play, because otherwise he has to win one bank at a time, and he has to make 4 before Hennessy gets 1, and that's really hard to do. So uh, what Evan would like to do is put balls in play and lock up the cue ball to earn himself more than one bank, which, as he like, this is why he's doing here. It's on the surface, it may look a little reckless, but really, it's just like at this point, his chances of winning the game increase if the balls are in play rather than tied up. So that's why he took a swing at just opening the balls up, so that if he earns something, maybe he can run a couple of banks and get back in this game. NSC only needs 1, and he's short with this one, so just laying the cue ball down on the bottom rail. But Evan will attack this 2 ball anyways. Um, Ooh, Evan almost lost his cue ball there. A little bit of an unlucky kiss. Hennessy did really good at leaving the cue ball on the rail, which made executing the straight back much harder. And it looks like Hennessy right now is just more warmed up, is more comfortable with how the table is playing. Evan is not quite there yet, but he'll probably catch up soon. Hennessy went for the cross corner, and this left out an opening. So if Evan can knock this down, he might be able to get on the 6 ball and get himself back in this game. This is the biggest opportunity Evan has gotten to run a few banks this far. He's looking at what path he wants to take with the cue ball to give himself a shot on the 6. And he does knock this down, and he does have a cross on the 6, looks like. So this is...
Does he?
Yeah.
Because the 1 ball looks like it could be. You think he can cross this without double kissing it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
from here, well, he's thinking about it, so maybe he's saying no, but I think he is looking at it, because I think he's looking at how he wants to get on the 2 there. So
Okay, you wouldn't take the 2
unless
here. Yeah.
Unless he's going 3 in the side, but I think he is crossing this ball. He did try to cross it, but it didn't quite work out. Well, on
And
the plus side, and now everything is in place. So if Hennessy doesn't knock something down, Evan might have another opening.
I guess that's true, right? I mean, it's 4-1. Hennessy only needs 1 ball, but if he misses this 1 shot, everything is in play now for Lunda to get the 3 banks that he needs to win the rack.
Yeah, so he successfully got everything in play, which is, he needed this to potentially get himself back in the game. Of course, Hennessy is still a favorite to win this game just because of where the score is. I think Hennessy is trying to lay the cube down on the bottom rail. Typically, what bench player will try to do is to lay it on the bottom middle diamond, because that makes it hardest to judge that ball on the spot. If you hit it a little bit thin or a little bit fat, you can scratch. Now it looks like changed his mind and attacked the straight back. I think he left a really good straight back for Evan here, and a good cross side. So Evan really has a good opportunity here. If he can knock this 6 ball down.
It's an uncomfortable queuing position on the 6, being that his body is kind of spread across the rail of the table.
Yes, looks like he's grabbing his tension, or
Yeah.
maybe.
Unless you want to shoot it left-handed, which he doesn't appear to want to do. If you shoot that left-handed, it's much more comfortable body position, but he's not switching hands. He's choosing to use the bridge and the, laying out across the rail. And look at where his bridge hand is. It's right at the joint of the cue.
He hit this pretty nicely, just long, but he didn't leave anything too easy for Hennessy, and Evan put another ball out of play. So now there's 2 balls in play. I expect Hennessy to try and cross these 2 to the bottom right as we see the table.
The bottom right. So you're playing the 2 this way.
Yeah, I think that's the shot he's playing. That will also lay the cue ball nicely on that rail, which he's looking to do, and he put the 2 ball out of play. So he's accomplished a few things with that shot. He obviously went for the bank, but he's also played a pretty good cue ball, and he was trying to leave the 2 ball probably more out of play because the 2 ball is definitely bankable is laying. And Evan, I think it might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't like the 3 railer on the 5 because that part was sold out an opportunity on the 2.
Yeah, what you typically don't want to do playing banks is playing a low percentage bank to leave a shot at a high percentage bank.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that players won't do it on occasion, and sometimes it works out. But it's generally it's comparable to taking a long hard shot in one pocket, to where if you make it, you get 1 ball, and if you miss it, you
give up 4, or something. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So a lot of the same thinking in one pocket applies as well. What is the risk-reward ratio with banks? So Evan Duck coming another one back here, and he has a good cross corner here.
Yeah, the ball count is currently 4 to 2 in favor of.
It's 4-3.
Oh, sorry. Correct.
And knock this down, and we're down to the last ball.
Yeah, so it's 4-4 ball count.
Shot by Evan.
Hennessy was up 4-0 in the ball count, I believe, or 4-1 in the ball count anyway.
It was up 4-1, yeah, and Lunda came all the way back, and now it's a even match, and he's going for this cross corner. He's very good at this shot.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Look how sweet he hit that ball.
Wow.
And Evan comes back and steals this game.
Yeah.
Like a thief in the night.
that was a steal, wasn't it? I mean, he was down pretty good, and like you said, in bank pool, when you get that lead, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Evan took that swing, just to open the balls up, because he knew that that's how he will potentially earn an opportunity to come back in the game. Yeah, that's likely crushing for Hennessy when he's up 4 balls to 1, and it's always tough losing a game when you're out in the ball count because you feel like you should have won it, but that's how banks goes. It's kind of like, easy come, easy go. And Evan has a nice break here and has a really nice cross side on the 3 to get himself started. And he'll probably get a shot on the 1 after that.
The break is a pretty good advantage, and
he missed this.
That's surprising. That's normally a pretty automatic bank for Lunda. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he turned it. The table has turned because
he gave up his break advantage right there.
Yeah, and he has a good shot on the 3 and a good shot on the 1, I believe. So, and then you expect him to run those 2 balls at least from here and probably play for something else next.
He likes the one first.
Yes, that's a automatic bank for a 1 pocket player. Now he has the 3, but he doesn't have quite a full pocket, so he has to be accurate with this hit. Because in bank, if you hit that 6 ball on the way to the pocket, the bank doesn't count, of course.
Right, you cannot carom it off of a ball. Yep, just like that. So you're going to get both the 3 ball. Yeah, so the 3 ball is going to spot up behind the 7, and this is not terrible. He hasn't really.
Yeah, he was careful with his cue ball there because he knew that was a possibility that he'd hit the 6 ball and things would spot up. So he didn't play for a bank next. He laid this cue ball. What's Evan doing here? Is he?
He's just going to push the 4 down towards the corner, maybe. No, he's going to reverse
he was
bank
trying
it.
to push this back. What a shot!
That was a great shot.
Yeah. What a great shot from Evan. So the ball count is now 1-1. Looks like Evan is looking to spore railing this ball. He's mainly playing his cue ball here, just laying down about by the middle diamond. Looks like he might have left a straight back on the 8, which Hennessy is attacking. No, he's just playing safe.
Let's get that. Let's see.
Evan here will probably do something similar. Or is going after 6 and just coming after the top rail.
I'm going to get that replay on the bank on the 4 ball.
Doing here is
he's just going to push the 4 down towards the corner, maybe. No, he's going to reverse bank it.
Push this back. What a shot!
That was a great shot on that. So Marcello, just so you're aware, I know the last time you've used our system, we probably didn't have a lot of the features that we have now. So I can kind of go over some of that stuff with you.
Sure.
Yeah. So the red save button that you see at the top of your screen, if you click that, it'll save the last 15 seconds of video. And then right next to the save button, there's a replay drop down. You can
cool.
replay that clip.
I see. So whenever there is a cool shot, I have to capture it.
Yeah, you just usually after the shot finishes. Yeah. Ball count now is
it's 2-1. Evan is up 2-1 and is attacking this straight back on a 9 ball.
Okay.
Close, just a little bit long, and looks like he left his return for Hennessy. Hennessy might try to run his cue ball 2 rails to play for a different shot here, maybe on the 3 ball. The 3 ball is really the only ball that's open at the moment. No, it looks like he's just staying.
He's got it.
Playing a little more conservative.
2-2 is the count now?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Or 2 balls apiece. And he's trying to lay the cue ball on the bottom rail just a little harder than he wanted. He left a lot more in the cue ball than he was trying to, and it looks like he opened up a straight back for Evan.
No, on this you're going to
always aiming for that to leave the cue ball frozen on that head rail, and
so just like that, he drew the cue ball all the way back to not give up anything. So
great shot by Evan there. So now he's playing for 2. Ball count is 3-2, and he's attacking another bank. Looks like.
Three to 2 in favor of Hennessy.
Or no, Evan Lunda is up 3-2 at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Hennessy might be playing safe here. It doesn't look like there is anything offensive at the moment. Unless you call it. Yeah. Still, he did not quite see, like, by the reaction of his cue, he was not happy with leaving the cue ball in the open. He was trying to bring it down to the head rail. He's a little bit frustrated with his speed there.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, as we saw on Evan's last shot, where he's able to draw the cue ball all the way back to that bottom rail, right? So taking a good swing and drawing the cue ball all the way back.
But it's just, he's going to be a lot more accurate with the hit with having a full cue ball as opposed to only seeing the top, quarter inch of it. Unfortunately for Hennessy, Evan did not capitalize on the opportunity, and it looks like he left at least a cross side on the 5 here, which will play for another cross side on the 7.
Well, but wouldn't you consider this one first and then play the cue ball safe, because you could roll the cue ball forward down table?
I think this is where this looks almost like a straight-in bank.
Okay.
So I think that he will try to play for 2 in this situation.
So this is where you take some risk, because if you don't
correct.
make it, you are going to sell out.
He did take some risk, and he missed that bank, which no, I noticed that in other matches that this table in particular plays a little bit shorter than what they might be expecting.
Yeah, that one was a little short. I mean, hitting the rail about here before the side, so it didn't rattle it.
Yeah, I mean, on occasion you get to players playing just one bank at a time and playing a safe cue ball every shot. But typically, if it's a higher percentage bank, like some of those cross sides, they will try to play shape for more than one bank. So it depends a little bit on the situations and just how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
usually when you see the 5-ball runouts in banks, it's off of the break. Usually, almost always, it seems like after the game is developed, you almost never see runs of 5.
Yeah, I mean, several balls end up being tied up by the corners typically after the first few innings. But on occasion, bigger runs happen mid-game as well. Here, this is laying his cue ball, and both of those balls by the head of the table are playable. So he figured he'll earn one of those opportunities next time. Evan, he has an option to do something similar, maybe just push the 3-ball into the rail and staying sort of in the pocket. But he might attack something aggressive, still trying to lay down his cue ball. It looks like he's considering crossing this 5. Oh, interesting shot there. He moved everything to this side of the table. Looks like he left a cross on the 7-ball that he might not have intended to.
That 7 should play there. And where does the cue ball go? Cue ball tracks down towards this way. Are you going to play for 2?
I think he'll focus on knocking his ball down and then probably take the straight back on the 5 next. If he knocks this down, if he's playing a safe cue ball, then he's probably gonna go all the way back up table and trying to lay on the top rail. But he'll probably play for 2 banks here.
So this one, he'll be rolling this in to keep the cue ball down closer to the 5.
He's probably playing for a straight back on the 5 rather than across.
Okay. Well, he played it safe, like you said. Getting the cue ball back.
So now the ball counts 3-3, and both players are playing for 2. Believe Hennessy can attack the straight back on the 5, and it's a little tough to tell the angle from here, but it looks like
that is what he called. He's going this pocket.
So it looks like he has to stiffen this one a little bit, probably with some speed.
Beautiful shot.
Really nicely, beautiful shot by Hennessy. So he's playing for 1. There isn't. Doesn't look like there is an offensive shot at the moment, so he's probably going to thin off this ball and come up table. And
that's good enough. There's no bank to make.
And Evan here will probably inch one of those balls closer to the pocket without dropping it, to not leave a return. So he went rail first to accomplish this. And Hennessy will play the same shot he just played.
Even better, this one.
Hennessy is playing at a good pace today. I feel like we lucked out.
Right? He is playing pretty quick. Another slow roller from Evan.
Yeah, see, at this from that position, he's just focusing on not selling out a shot essentially, and just waiting for a better opportunity. Evan will need both of these balls, but he did come back from down 4-1 last game, so now it's a smaller deficit than it was last time.
Yeah, but if anybody's wondering if the tables are level at GRIFF'S, that last shot from Evan will tell you it is perfectly level. He slow rolled that all the way across diagonally over 9 feet, and it didn't roll off a hair. I mean, it hit exactly where he wanted to just bump the 3 ball. Those are kind of scary on tables that you're not, sure are real level. They could roll off and give you a foul and get you in trouble.
Yeah, really had to touch the table. Good shot by Evan. He kind of put Hennessy in the same position. He reversed the position to where now put Hennessy in the same position he just was. Okay. And now Hennessy dropped that ball, and I don't think he intended to, especially leaving the cue ball so open. He definitely left something here, either a cross to the top left, which I believe Evan just called.
Another chance for Evan to come back into a rack with this bank. Can make it 4-4.
He went a safe route. There are 2 different ways to hit a straight back. One of them is to stiff it to the top left, but then you don't really know where the object will end up in case you miss it. Well, the safer way that Evan just shot is to play that that twist with a slow speed to where you have a pretty good idea that where the object ball and the cue ball will end up if you don't knock the bank down.
Are you pulling the trigger here on the 3-railer?
He might if he thinks he can leave the 2-ball by the corner in case he misses it.
He is calling the 3-rail.
He might even be able to shoot this straight back because this ball will twist, especially on a diamond table. But you do have to keep that cue ball pretty flat and sliding all the way to it. And the acquired English from the object ball will twist it back towards the pocket. But it's a little bit far for that shot. Typically, play like to play that bank when the object ball is a little bit closer to the cue ball.
Because that spin will kind of wear off by the time it gets there. So it doesn't give it the gearing effect that it needs to change the angle. Yeah.
He laid this cue ball pretty nicely here. I think that was his main focus with his shot, is to keep Hennessy tied on the rail. Oh, he might have left something here. Yeah, it looks like Evan will attack this cross corner.
Look at the leave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, he did leave a straight back. It's it is a pretty good cut from this angle. And it's that attack. That's really nice. Looks like we're all tied up. One game apiece. Nice shot there.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to drop off pretty soon. Maybe I've got enough time to commentate one more rack with you, Marcello, but then I have other things I have to get to.
All right.
Just one other thing I wanted to point out to you is in your controls on the left side of your screen, you'll see a toolbar with a straight line, circle, different things like that. So that's for your drawing tool, and the colors are below. So I would suggest selecting a color that's maybe a little more neutral versus the bright red one that you get defaulted with. So just giving you the heads up on that. There you go. Yeah, purple color is good.
Okay, and then how do you delete all the lines on the table?
There's a red trash can on that bar. If you see the trash can, that takes everything away. Looks like we got a player break, so maybe I'm not going to make it to the next rack, Marcello.
All right.
But it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for volunteering and jumping in for commentary. I really appreciate that. And
no problem. Happy to
hopefully the rest of the match goes well, and Hennessy keeps up his fast-paced play. So, all right. Thanks, Marcello.
Thanks. Till next time. All right. We're back in action here. Looks like Hennessy popped up on the break and knocks down an opener. And he's now attacking the 6-ball in the same pocket. Nice shot by Henny. So he now leads 2 balls to 0. He may be attacking the straight back next. Sorry, the cross side on the 5 ball. This is a pretty heavy cut angle, so he may need to use some spin to cut the ball. So no, he's attacking the straight back on the 1 instead. He's laying down his cue ball not to leave that cross side on the 5. He accelerated a little bit on spin that caused the object ball to come a little bit long. He was really worried about his cue ball there, and rightfully so, given how much firepower Evan has. Looks like Evan is attacking the straight back on the 8 ball. Great shot by Evan. So now the ball count is 2 balls to 1, with Hennessy in the lead. You can notice how Evan was able to bring his cue ball all the way back to the head rail where he didn't leave an easy return if he happened to miss that bank on the 8 ball. These great players, they are always very aware of where the cue ball is going when they attack a bank that's not a very high percentage. Evan is just focusing on his cue ball there. Lays it down nicely. Again, and he's just focusing on his cue ball there. Evan will probably do something here, similar here. Maybe going off the 2 and coming up table 2 rails. He's going to leave this cue ball very close to the rail. Maybe crossing the 5 here to the top right. Is let this cue ball go a little bit there, which can be dangerous. I believe the 9 ball crosses here. Evan almost losing his cue ball here. But looks like Hennessy may be opting for a straight back instead. It's a safer shot. Obviously, shooting the 9, it will open everything up. So if you happen not to knock it down, you might be getting in trouble. And Hennessy will attack this cross side. So he's taking an aggressive route here. Nice shot. And with the shot, he opened up another cross side on the 3 and one on the 1 ball if he likes it. Looks like we have 185 viewers. That's pretty good audience for this match. Nice shot there by Hennessy. So now he brings the ball count 4 balls to 1. So he's playing for 1 while Evan needs the rest of them. And he's laying this cue ball nicely on the top rail, leaving a return. Evan will attack the cross on the 3 to the top right. Great shot, just stays up. Evan has already stolen the first game from this position, so Hennessy has to be careful. The first game, Hennessy was up 4-1. Evan ended up winning it. You're never out of the game in banks, especially if the balls are in play. Hennessy comes just short with his straight back. He was playing his cue ball there. Took a little bit away from the accuracy of the ball, but he's very well aware of how dangerous Evan is, especially here at GRIFF'S, which is Evan's home field. Evan has been living in Las Vegas for some time now, I believe. Ended up runner-up last year in this event, eventually losing to Levan Corteza in the final. Nice shot by Hennessy, which takes down game number 3. So he's now leading in the score 2-1. It will be Evan Lanza's break next. Nice break by Evan. He has a nice opener across side on the 8-ball or the 4-ball if he likes it. Looks like he's opting for the 8-ball. Just long. A little surprising, but he got a little bit fortunate in how the cue ball ended up. I believe the 3 does cross in the side though. So we're still 0-0 on the ball count. The Evan just spotted up the ball he made on the break that Hennessy pointed out to him. Looks like Hennessy opted to just play safe rather than trying to cross in the side. Probably mindful of his cue ball there. What will happen if he might miss that bank? Evan is not shying away from the shot. The cue ball will come hot towards that bottom rail. So let's see. He went all out for the make there. Knocked it down. Nice shot by Evan. In game number 4. So Evan leads 1-0. He's now attacking the straight back on the 5. We'll go by the 6. Hit the 6. It doesn't look like he left anything. Yes, this is a very close match. Either player can win. Personally, I will give Evan a slight favorite simply because it is home field, but he's currently down in the game count. So Hennessy is definitely capable of beating him. Evan is playing the straight back on the 7 ball here. He just hits the 6. He did not intend to hit the 6 ball. He was definitely playing the straight back. Looks like it turned out okay for him because of that 3 ball knocking and blocking all the straight backs to that top left corner pocket. This 5 ball might cross to the top right, but he has to be mindful about what he might leave on the 7 if he takes on this shot. Looks like he's attacking and looks like the 8 ball to the bottom left as we see the table. Great shot by Hennessy. So the ball count is now 1-1. Knocks both of these balls down table. Just plays his cue over there. Hennessy playing with a very good pace today. Evan just putting something in play and waiting for a better shot. Let's see what's happening in the other matches at the moment. Looks like John Mora is up on Neil Jacobs. 1 ball to nothing. You can watch that match on the main stream table by post up with Collins and Mike. I believe that's the only other match that's happening at the moment. B-side matches are not happening until 5 p.m. You guys need to step away from a moment. Okay, well, I was away. 2 balls went down, so I believe Hennessy has one of them. I don't know who made the other one. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out. Now there's 3, there's 4 balls down. I think the ball count is 2-2 at the moment. Um, if you're watching and you know what the ball count is, feel free to correct me. I haven't not quite dialed in with the straight backs yet. You usually see him knocking those down. Looks like Hennessy might be attacking the 7 ball here. Nice shot, but he lost his cue ball in the side pocket. So Hennessy will go down a ball, and 2 balls will spot up. The one he made, because it doesn't count if it's made on scratch, plus 1 more ball for a penalty. And now Evan gets ball in hand shot. Probably attack the 5 ball. Straight back. And he's short. Evan is struggling a little bit with his straight backs at the moment. Of course, that can change any second. So I think the ball is Evan 2, Hennessy 1. Fortunately, I was away when one of the balls were knocked down, so I'm not quite sure who made it. Looks like Evan maybe just trying to lay the cue ball here. Nice shot. Setting up a little bit of a trap to where Hennessy will have to hit this 5 ball, and he might open up something in the process. He's laying his cue ball on the head rail. He might have opened up a straight back on the 5 here. It's a little bit difficult to tell with the single where that bank plays. Must not have played because Evan opted to play safe. You definitely expect Evan to take that straight back if he played. Looks like Evan lost his cubo there, lost a ball. So we have 7 balls on the table. I believe the ball count is 1-1 at this point. But it might be 2-1, Henny, because one ball went down when I wasn't looking. Now I don't know who made it. Hennessy misses straight back and gets a little bit unlucky with how it lays up. Typically, when you play that speed, that ball will go back up table if you miss it. So Evan has the opportunity to get himself right back the ball he just lost. Nice shot by Evan. He might have left himself a cross on this 5 ball. So he definitely has a cross side on the 9. Looks like he's going for the cross side. Nice shot by Evan. I believe he's playing for 2. He's twisting this ball back. He's really good at these twist backs to the corner shots. Might be the best in the world at them. And plays a nice cue ball for a straight back on the 5. He's just short with this one. He was really focused on his cue ball there, which might have given up a little bit on the accuracy of the bank. So I believe Evan leads 4-1 this game. Potentially, it could be 3-2. How many players left? So I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Christina, I believe we're down to 12 players at this point. These are the last matches on the A side. So the players. There's these 2 players and the other. Then there's John Moore and Neil Jacobs are playing on the main stream table. Nice shot there by Andy, fielding 1 back. I believe the score is Lunda has 4 and Hennessy has 2. I think Hennessy was trying to twist back that bank and he just hit it a little poorly. I don't think he was trying to move every ball on the table with that shot. Who are the 12 players? So there is obviously Landa and Henny. Then there the other match on the A side, that's John Moore and Neil Jacobs. So that's 4 of them. Then on the A side still there is SBB and Levon Corteza. They will play next on the TV table at 5 p.m. on the main TV table at 5 p.m. And on the B side, we have Jack Skersa, if I pronounce his name correctly, Roberto Gomez, and then Tony Chohan and Oliver Ruger, who will play at 5 p.m. And then Justin Hall and Chris Lulek. And Evan knocks that down, so we're all tied, 2 games apiece. Yes, Billy lost to Justin Hall today, and yesterday he lost to. Who did he lose to yesterday? Let me check. Neil Jacobs beat Billy yesterday. So yeah, Billy has used up both of his lives. Evan just trying to lay his cue ball down, but he ran into the 7. He wasn't trying to do that. Looks like this game is starting off being a moving game right off the bat. But the April does play, and Hennessy does knock it down. So he leads 1-0 this game. Game number 5, we're all tied up 2 games apiece. This has turned into quite a match. Meanwhile, John Moore and Neil Jacobs are tied up 2 games apiece in the other stream match. So that's turned into quite a match as well. Neil Jacobs is a monster headhunter this tournament. He's a great player himself, of course. But you wouldn't put him as favorite to beat Billy or John Mora. Nice shot by Hennessy. So he got the ball now. Count now is 2-0. And he has a nice cross corner to keep himself going in game number 3. Just a second, guys. Need to step off. Okay, a bunch of balls disappeared while I was away, so I need to catch up a little bit with what game count is. So looks like we have 5 balls on the table, so 4 are down. I know Hennessy made 2 earlier. I'll have to investigate who made the other 2. Evan lays down his cue ball. Looks like he may have corner hooked any. Okay, so thanks for helping out in the chat. So PINEGAR on the hill, so he's at 4 balls to nothing. He needs 1, and Evan needs everything else. Today we're keeping score with pen and paper here. Very advanced technology. Looks like Evan has a straight back. He really likes these, steeping him back. No, it's just laying his cue ball. Single can be a little deceiving. And he scratches doing that. Ouch. That stings. Scratching playing safe. So Evan is at -1, and there's 6 on the table, so Hennessy must have 3. All right, we're all caught up now. Hennessy is playing at a higher pace than I've seen him play in some time. That's, I believe, a positive for him. Evan will pocket his 6 and bring his cue back to the head rail. What time to is always start to judge those. How thick you hit that ball makes a huge difference in where the cue ball ends up. Looks like he didn't lay down anything easy for Hennessy. He can maybe attack this 5 ball. He's going 2 rails or 4 rails. He was mostly concerned there with bringing his cue ball down to the head rail. Everyone attacks this rails. Gets a little unfortunate there to run into the cue ball. This lays a cross side for Hennessy. If you play banks, you pretty much want to memorize how to hit these cross sides from the spot because these shots come up all the time. It doesn't look like he wants to attack. It was a pretty thin hit from there. But since those balls pop up all the time, there will always be that cross side. They will come up all the time. So if you're interested in banks, it's definitely one that you want to practice. Meanwhile, it's gotten really stormy outside. It was sunny just a couple hours ago. Crazy weather here. So the ball count is still, I believe Evan owes a ball still. That's why there is a penny on the table, and Jonathan has 3. Evan may go aggressive here. Looks like he's gearing up to shoot. No, he's not. All right. Just waiting for a better opportunities while opening those balls up a little bit. Obviously, being behind the ball count, he may want to open things up so that he earns himself the opportunity to run a few. While Hennessy is having tying balls back up because he only needs 2 to win the game. Hennessy is definitely the more conservative player of the two, so he's probably very mindful of the ball count and what that means for the choices he should be making on the table. And the sales laying down his cue, getting pretty close to that corner, but that's him doing. Meanwhile, John Mora has taken the lead 3 games to 2 over Neil Jacobs. In the other match, the winner of that match will play the winner of this match. The last 4 on the A side. Here, probably will do something similar, try and come back up to the head rail. He's in a little bit of a spot though, because using the 7 to do that, he might run into the 9, which will definitely give something up. So he may need to go off the 7 with some left spin, or go off to 9 and go around the stack with some left spin again. We'll see. Neil Jacobs has tied the other match 3 games apiece. So it's hill on the main TV table, if you want to check that out. Neil Jacobs having a hell of a tournament. First knocking down Billy Thorpe, and then giving John Mora a hard time. Yeah, so it looks like he was able to go off the 9 with spin. Now Hennessy might opt to, since he has enough to cue to draw, he might opt to play the 9 ball straight back, but draw his cue ball off the side rail and back up table. Of course, he has to be careful not to crash into the rebounding object ball in the process. Looks like he may just come off the stack. Shooting 2 after 4, play his cue ball. when speed was just a little bit off, he was definitely trying to lay on the head rail there. Makes a huge difference playing banks, whether you can leave that cue ball close to a head rail, because most players are used to hitting banks with either center ball or bottom. At having to shoot them with top will shorten them up depending on how close the edge ball is to the rail, and it's a little bit harder to judge. Having to cue on just using the top of the cue ball really makes a great player a little bit, decreases their accuracy a little bit. So that's why they're always trying to leave that cue ball frozen to the head rail whenever they play those shots. I don't know if you can hear him. I have my cat here that got pretty talkative now. It looks like Hennessy may have something to attack here. Can he twist that one ball and come underneath it with the cue ball? Or if he has enough for the two, he'll attack it. I was trying to twist the two back, came just short, and then he was mindful of his cue ball. Evan might attack this 3 on the side if he wants to be aggressive with it. See, just coming off the. Oh, interesting shot. Kick the 9 ball into Lee's cue on bomb rail, but put the 9 ball in play. It's the first time I saw that shot in banks, so that was interesting. Well, with that, he earned himself a little bit of a shot on the 4. So he'll attack this straight back. And just misses it. He might have left enough for this 4 ball for Evan to attack. It looks like he's attacking it. And he's staying low on the cue ball, looks like. So he's trying to stay down. Yeah, he was being aggressive there. Was definitely trying to play for more than one bank. He did leave, looks like maybe a cross corner for Hennessy. I went just long. But Scott Frost was saying no broken bones, meaning he didn't hit that bank very good, but didn't really leave anything in return. Is Evan trying to stiff this 6-ball back? Playing safe. Two rail lays on the head row nicely. Notice that speed. Really good speed there by Evan. So I'm trying to do the same thing. His speed also good, just not quite. Oh, and Evan Lunda loses his cue ball again. And she's attacking these 3 rails in the corner. She's gonna give up a straight back. The ball count is now 3 to -2. Evan knocks this down. No, that's not. Wow, that ball just stayed up, even though it hit almost inside of the pocket. Just long with that shot. Normally expect those to drop. So it looks like Hennessy has a cross side here to close out game number 5. He will need 2 back. He actually needs 2. He'll probably have a shot after this if he can knock it down. Oh, he hit the 2 ball. I don't think he was intending to do that. I think he was trying to miss it and twist the ball in the side. Evan is crossing this ball. Let's see. And he's attacking his 1 ball 3 rails. close, not quite there. Evan is going 4 rails in the corner to 5, looks like. Yes, the slow defensive game is definitely an acquired taste. I don't mind it personally. Playing banks, after sometimes you see a little bit of the same shot patterns repeating as far as with the defensive game. Of course, in this case, Evan is trying to put balls in play because he's quite behind the ball count, but Hennessy is happy having everything tied up except for the 2 balls he needs to win the game. Looks like Hennessy is attacking these 3 rails in the side. And he knocks it down. Nice shot. I'm doing here is see.
He's just going to push the 4 down towards the corner, maybe. No, he's going to
Oh no,
reverse
he was
bank
trying
it.
to push this back. What a shot!
That was a
But he
great shot.
didn't.
Yeah.
What a great shot from Avalanche. So the ball count is now 1. Sorry, guys. I was trying to replay the 3 on this side, but just caught up on with the replay. I see. Still figuring out the tools here. Nice shot by Evan. Just long on this cross side. Evan is successful at moving some balls in play, though. In the last couple of innings, he's gotten 2 more balls in play. He is trailing 4 balls to -1 at this point. So, and Hennessy knocks this down and goes to the hill, leading Evan 3 games to 2. Meanwhile, in the other match that's currently going, Chamora has 4 balls to Neil Jacobs 3, and it's hill. So that's turned into quite of a match as well. Good break there by Evan. Looks like he's going to have at least a cross side on the 2 or cross corner to get himself started. This is a thin hit right away. He'll probably go to the corner. Now looks like he's attacking the side. Nice sitter by Evan. Get himself started, leading 1 ball to 0 this game. He's attacking the straight back on the 1. May try to draw the cue ball all the way to the head rail. He's the 6 ball in the process, and he's gonna give up a cross side. He's not happy with that. He was playing his cue ball to the head rail to not leave a return, but he hit the 6 ball in the process, and that's how he gave up a shot. Hennessy knocks it down. So it's 1 ball to 1. He can keep his cue ball on the table. Yes. A little bit close to the corner pocket there. He left a cross for Evan here for sure. But the cube is going to run into the 8, and there is a big scratch there. So let's see. Let's see what Evan opts to do. Looks like he's attacking the 8 ball instead for that reason. Just a little thick, and Evan loses his cue ball again. Quite a few scratches from Evan this match. So he will go back one in the ball count. Hennessy leaves 1 ball to 0. And Hennessy crosses the 4 nicely. So it is now leading 2 balls 0 and 3-2 in the ball count. In the game count, sorry. So a safe way does leave a straight back for Evan on the 7 ball, looks like. Evan is just long. I think Evan might have left a cross side on the 1 ball here. By running into the stack. Oh, he has a cross scoring on the 8 ball. Hennessy leaving 3 balls to 0 this game. It looks like he has a straight back on the 7 ball. Looks like he goes by the 1. Hits the 1. He's happy leaving those balls tied up. Really concerned with his cue ball there. And he's just laying down his cue ball. Well, say that, yeah, being a good banker is definitely a good part of being a good bank pool player, but there is definitely more components to the game other than banking the ball. Nice shot there by Henny, taking himself to the hill. He's on the hill in the game count and on the hill on the ball count. I think banking is a little bit like one pocket where you have to think a bit about the risk and reward ratio when taking when selecting a shot. The shot selection is a big part of the game. Hennessy knocks this down and beats Lunda 4-2. Well, it was fun hanging out with everybody, and till the next match.